You want bedtime to be a magical time. Reflections of the day, fairy tales, and kisses. What happens most nights is not magical. As bedtime looms, you feel like you step into the twilight zone. Your sweet little angel turns into a monster. Now, the nice word to describe what happens is bedtime resistance. It's more common than one would think. 25% of little ones are having trouble going off to sleep. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we find out how to avoid those bedtime blues. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. So, what does bedtime resistance look like? Well, some kids just refuse. The "I am not going to bed" message is accompanied by loud outbursts and sulking. The resulting tantrum is never pretty. Some kids refuse more subtly. They go through the motions, but drag out the process. They need another story. Then they need a glass of water. Then they need the bathroom. Aish, no mom in her right mind can disregard that one. Some kids go to bed quietly. You put them to bed, but when you turn around, they're out of bed and under your feet. Bedtime resistance can make you crumble. And bedtime resistance can be an ominous sign of things to come because brains need sleep to clean up. Sleep problems in kids often bring weight problems and academic troubles and behavior troubles and a lifetime of being an insomniac. So, why do little angels turn into demons at bedtime? Because they're not sleepy. Duh! As an adult, you get to turn in when you're tired. Unless you have way too much to do, then you keep going until you finish or pass out from exhaustion. The point is, it is ultimately your call, although your boss can have a great deal of influence. Now, the time your toddler goes to bed is also your call. The trouble is, your call may not line up with your little one's biology. This is the finding of a group of researchers from the University of Colorado. For a body to be ready to go to bed, the night valet, melatonin, needs to come on duty. The principle applies for big bodies and little bodies. The Boltus team decided to track melatonin levels in a group of healthy toddlers. The idea was to ascertain when little ones were biologically sleepy and to relate this to their bedtime behaviors. Don't worry, no toddler was harmed in the experiment. Melatonin levels were measured in the child's saliva. Now, the saliva sample was gathered by a team of sleep fairies who persuaded several of the children in the study to chew on a dry dental cotton roll and then to spit it out several times during the course of a single evening. Sleep fairies? Maybe they were magicians. Now, the team found that the biological bedtime was highly variable. Each child was a little different. For most of the kids, the peak happened around 7:40 p.m. Now, when mom's bedtime matched the child's biological clock, bedtime was an enjoyable experience. In a jiffy, Junior was cavorting in dreamland. When mom's bedtime did not match the child's biological clock, the going to bed was difficult. Falling asleep took 40 to 60 minutes. Now, the bigger the mismatch, the worse the experience. So the take-home message: obey the biological clock. Don't worry, this doesn't mean your toddler decides when to go to bed. You still get to be the parent, but you do need to supervise the activities of melatonin. Fortunately, this is not too hard to do. Melatonin is a hormonal wimp. He's scared of his own shadow. When there is blue light around, melatonin hides in his special little cupboard, the pineal gland. He only ventures out when it's dark. All the prevailing lights have a reddish tinge. So step number 1, make sure your little one is exposed to sunlight early in the morning. This sends melatonin scurrying for cover, signaling the brain when the day has started. The brain is then able to judge when bedtime should happen. It knows little brains need at least 10 plus hours of sleep each night. Then, in the hour or so before you want Junior to go to bed, limit their exposure to blue light. This means no TV, no playing with your tablet or cell phone, and avoiding stimulating activities. Ideally, dim the lights. If you can, do story time by candlelight. You've got the power to avoid those bedtime blues. Don't be a victim of biology. Sync your child's body clock with bedtime. This will help you and your little one create better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry, or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who's struggling with bedtime resistance on a nightly basis? Share this video with them so they understand how to sync their child's body clock with a clock on the wall. This will make bedtime a whole lot less traumatic. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.